everybody, welcome back to the Art Dump. My name is Grace and I will be your teacher. Kind of. This is also for you to experiment with. So I can only give you the basic outline. Like my last video. Oh, this is part 15 by the way, if anyone can believe that. So we are going to be laying down just some more base colors, and hopefully we'll finish with that in this video because I think that might be all we'll have time for. But that means in the next video we get to start my favorite part, which is shading, because that's what, well, shading slash color details, as in details that look the best when they are in color. Alright, so are you ready? I'm not going to talk all that much, so this is really up to you guys. I hope you like the music playing in the background, and yeah, let's start. I'll just interject here real quick. Sometimes you might find that you colored an area way too much, or you made it a little too round, so you see it compared to everything else. So if you ever need to change, that is perfectly okay, and it really sucks occasionally, but you know, it's just something that needs to be done. So just want to point that out. I'm going to shut up now. For clear effect, I would use, I guess this is a little too light, but I would actually use a white, or not white, but like a gray, just below white. Or like I said, you could always add another layer and turn down the opacity. This is just a shortcut in case you don't have all of those tools. And to make it look like the top here is the underside, I'm just going to make that a darker shade of this color. I think I'm going to keep the black outline here so nobody gets confused at all. But yeah. And then you can just use the color you used for the bottom shadow here to do the top here, because this is also in a shadow. Alright then, so alright, here we go. By the way, I do apologize for any background noise. I'm not sure if it'll pick up in here or not, but I hope it doesn't. Alright then, anyways, so alright guys, we're almost in the home stretch. One of the colors we're going to use, and this is going to be a very good color to use and very popular, it's for this part down here. Pixel art, I don't always get all the brightness of the colors that I want. There's going to be a lot of shadow and shading here, but remember, we're just laying down the base colors for now. So if you have something like that, then that is okay. and you want basically this color here. Oh, sorry. This is going to be just a slightly darker version of what we put down here, because it's the same color, but this is just shaded. Alright then, we got that headgear. Alright, sorry if it seems like my mouse is going all over the place, but let us work. So this can be kind of tricky. I don't think you're gonna find color here exactly that matches what you want. So I'm just gonna pick a shade of blue, or this looks like blurple, blue and purple. But yeah, just take a shade of blue. I'm gonna actually put this up a little more because that's a better shade of blue. And then you just want it to be really dark, because this might look like, if you're using the Agent 3 picture, this might look like black, but it's actually just a very, very, very dark shade of blue. I think even this is too light, so just pull down that color selector tool, and yeah, that's about right. And for this part here, this is just a light green color. So here we go. And let's see, I'm gonna just double check. Alright. Alright. Wow. Alright then, I believe that we have finally laid down all of the colors, well, all of the base colors at least, for our Miss Agent 3 here. So I have about 8 minutes left, but I think, well, let's see. I guess I'll start on some shading, but I won't get into a lot of shading because, you know, I probably won't have time. Alright, so let's start with something slightly simple here. Let us start with shading the end of the tentacle. So you're just going to use the color picker tool, and you're going to click on this, and then this is really just a dark version, like, but add some orange in there too, so like this. I really like how that looks. So you're going to start from about here and go till you're about, actually I was way too, sorry, I was kind of off with that one. You're going to go up. And this is definitely a tricky part here, so if you do not get it, then do not be sad or anything, because believe me, you're not alone. I actually think I'm going to keep this as a back color, but I actually think that I made this too light, believe it or not. I just say I want that to be a darker orange, and it turned out so like that is the perfect shade, but I still want this color, so I hope you were able to keep that in mind if you wanted to do it this way. So you're going to just do like a curve in a way, and then there you go, you got the coloring here for her tentacle. And now I know we have this colored the same shade as the rest for Hera Rivera, but this is actually going to be darker. I just wanted to use that for reference so people could tell that this is part of her hair / tentacle. So you can experiment with shades on this one. I'm going to use this shade because I think that comes the closest to how it looks. And let's see here. Alright, then we got that much shading done. That's nice. And so I guess we actually have enough time to start on shading for the top of her head. Now this is going to be tricky because this is a 3-dimensional-ish figure. Well, she is 3-dimensional, but on pixel art, if that's what you're using, it's going to be really tricky to bring that out, in my opinion. But if you know how to do your shading, if you play your shading just right, then you could pull it off. Now we're going to use the same shading that we did for her tentacles here. ignore this darker layer for now because that is actually really only going to be in that layer there. And yeah, so the top of her head is going to be a little darker because we want to acknowledge the fact that there is, you know, a light here. So that is it's a little tricky, I'll admit. But you really only need the shading at the tip of her head. Like that. And this is really, I don't know if I said it earlier or not, but this is really not the best color yellow because it's not very strong. So I'm going to actually select the yellow over here because this is a custom yellow. And I think at some parts I just want to bring out a little more. I am going, actually, let me see here. I guess this is the same color yellow. But anyways, if you have it like that, the problem is it's really dark. So it's really hard to get that shade of yellow on here. Sorry, my voice sounds a little raspy or anything. As you can imagine with these tutorials, I have been talking quite a lot. But you can take this yellow, which is the darkest yellow you can get here. Well, not darkest, but like the fullest, I should say. And just make a little line there. And I do know there is a pixel missing there, but we'll go back for that later when we put in the finishing touches. Alright, and I really like playing with shading, so I'm trying all different kinds of things here. So, yep, that looks pretty good, actually. Not much time left, but I'm going to do a quick invert with this. Because I actually think, now that I look at the picture again, that this part here, the top is the lightest, so we're actually going to show the darkest part here. And I really appreciate you guys for sticking with me because I know I can be a pain in the butt sometimes when I'm like in the middle of correcting detail, and yeah. But you guys are all, I can't see what you're doing, but I think you're all doing a great job. And dang it all, I just selected the same color. But no worries, if you ever do that accident, just go back to the line you made, click on that, and you are good. So, okay, that looks better. Keep the shade on top of her head here. But that is the base shading for her head, and that is all we have time for today because I'm not going to be able to show you guys really good shading in under 2 minutes. So, I know I forgot to say this at the beginning, but like and subscribe for more content. In our next video, we shall be going deeper into shading, and I hope we'll be able to complete that, but we're only given 15 minutes. But let's see what we can do. And then I do plan on finishing up the tutorials today. I only have an hour, so we'll just see what happens. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!